Love is made public when a man and a woman commit their love and their life with promises to one another in the very presence of God and witnesses. On behalf of Brian and Kedra, they personally welcome each one here and they thank you for coming to share in their wedding celebration. If everyone would stand in honor of God. If you bow your hearts in prayer, we're going to ask God to bless us, their wedding and their love for each other. Father God, we bring Brian and Kedra before you and ask you to bless us, their wedding, their love for each other, and a special blessing upon the rings exchanged as a symbol of the marriage covenant they enter into with promises. And as they make their promises this day to one another, I pray their very hearts will melt for them, and a special blessing upon the families that have come together through this union. As they start their new lives as husband and wife, I pray their marriage be as a cord of three strands, their love for each other secured and completed by your love for them. May they always be sweethearts, helpmates, and friends through the glad and the sad times of life. As we give you all honor, glory, and praise. Amen. Amen. The foundation of your marriage is built upon the love that you do have for one another. And it has been said about love in the contents of marriage, its primary purpose and goal is to make the other person happy. And marriage is a promise that two hearts gladly make. It's a promise to be tender, to care, to help, to give and take. Marriage is a promise to share one life together, and it's a love-filled promise meant to be kept forever. And as I say these promises, give them to each other from your hearts. I promise to give you the best of myself, to ask of you no more than you can give. And I promise to accept you the way that I fell in love with you, for your qualities and your abilities, and I will not reshape you in a different image. And I promise to respect you with your own interests, desires, and needs, sometimes different, but no less important than my own. And finally, I promise to love you through good and difficult times with all I have to give, and all I feel inside completely and forever. If you make these promises to one another, say I do.
I do.
In the very presence of God and witnesses, do you now take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife?
Yes, I do.
In the very presence of God and witnesses, you take this man to be your lawful wedded husband?
I do.
Do you promise to love each other, be ever faithful to one another, stand by each other's side, forsaking all others, and receive each other from this moment on, for better or worse, rich or poor, sickness and health, for as long as you both shall live? If so, say I do.
I do.
You're giving and receiving the wedding ring, which is a symbol of the marriage covenant that you enter into with your promises, your love to one another, your commitment to each other as husband and wife. So from this day forward, every time you look upon your rings, you're going to know you're not alone in this life. You have someone who loves you, your true love, your best friend, the one that's always going to be there for you. So if you'd hand your flowers to your maid of honor, and if the rings would be given to the bride and groom for each other. And as the groom places the wedding ring on the bride's wedding ring finger, and holds her hand and looks into her eyes and repeats after me, I love you, Kedra. And with all my love and promises, with this ring, I be wed. Now in turn, as the bride places the ring on the groom's wedding ring finger, looks into his eyes and repeats after me, I love you, Brian.
I love you, Brian.
With all my love.
With all my love.
And promises.
And promises.
With this ring.
With this ring.
I be wed.
I be wed.
You're about to take part of the Unity Candle ceremony, which is a part of your wedding celebration. Instead of separate lights and light, today you join your life, your marriage, and your love in unity with one another. So if the groom would lead the way with the bride at his side. And as you pick up the individual candles and light the unity, dedicate your life, your marriage, and your love coming together in unity with one another and with God. And then blow out your individual candles and put them back. And the bride could lead the way back with the groom at his side. In the language of flowers, a red rose is a symbol of love. It would be our hope that wherever you make your home, you designate a permanent spot. Put a vase, 2 red roses that fit in, and celebrate this occasion every year on your wedding anniversary, at least in part by both of you bringing a red rose at the same time, placing it in the vase as a renewal, a recommitment of your love and promises that you entered into this day in this sacred covenant of marriage. And then during the year, if things happen, words can't resolve, if just one of you bring a red rose and place it in the vase as a statement of your love, the other would see it and accept it. And I see you do have a special love that's brought you here today. Shows in your eyes, which are the windows of your heart. And the good news is it will grow deeper, richer, stronger, and purer because of your commitment with promises, the trust you have in each other, and the most important of God's presence and blessings upon your life, your marriage, and your love. And you are standing by your true love, your best friend. Always bring honor, respect to your relationship, and wherever you go, whatever you do, be each other's best representatives. Do you both accept this charge today? If so, say, I do.
I do.
Therefore, it is with great honor, by the authority vested in me as a minister of gospel, by the laws of the state of God, to crown and pronounce you husband and wife. You may settle with a big kiss, while every